Hi, this is Alan Tribble, and this is my next video clip on the topic Business Management for Scientists and Engineers. This video is on the topics Value Proposition and Business Models. These are important topics because a value proposition defines your unique benefit in the eyes of your customer. A business model defines your plan for turning a profit. The dictionary would define value as the importance, worth, or usefulness of something. In business, it's vitally important that we understand two things. First, who will buy our product, the potential market, and B, why do they buy it, the value proposition. Specifically, we want to make sure that we can articulate the benefit that our customers will receive that can convince them to choose our product above all the other options they have to choose from. Successful businesses combine knowledge of what the market wants with the value proposition their product delivers into a business model. A business model defines how the business operates. Specifically, it defines how the business will generate income and spend its money in a way that ensures profitability. Let's take a look at a few examples. Here are two similar but different business models. Business Model A is a store that focuses on offering low quantity options. This approach would have a lower total price for the buyer, but with higher unit prices. This value proposition would appeal to consumers who have smaller amounts of cash on hand and want to stay within their budget until they make it to the next payday. Business Model B is a store that focuses on offering high quantity options. This approach would have a higher total price for the buyer, but with lower unit prices. This value proposition would appeal to consumers who have larger amounts of cash on hand and want to minimize their yearly expenses. Of course, Business Model A might describe your local grocery store, while Business Model B is what you would find at some of the larger box stores like Costco or Sam's Club. Which one is better? It's impossible to say. They are both viable business models. The question is simply, which one is better for you as a consumer at this point in time? Let's take a look at the business model behind some of the inkjet printers that are on the market today. These numbers are a little dated, but a few years back I was in the market for a new printer and did some comparison shopping. I found that one model was selling for $59.99. That model included a black inkjet cartridge and a color inkjet cartridge. If I tried to purchase those separately, the black inkjet cartridge would have cost $18.99 and the color inkjet cartridge would have cost $29.99, a total of $48.98. Does that imply that the true cost of the printer is only $11.01? I think most of us would conclude that it cost the manufacturer far more to make the printer than it did to make the cartridges. But this is not reflected in their pricing. I believe this reflects their business model. This manufacturer seems to be content to break even on the cost of the printer, which you only do once, and then make a high profit margin on future sales of the inkjet cartridges, which you will continue to do for the life of the product. This is a viable business model, but it also sets the stage for competing business models, printers that feature refillable ink cartridges. A refillable ink cartridge business model would appeal to consumers who don't like to pay high prices for things that appear to have low manufacturing costs. It also appeals to consumers who wish to reduce waste. Let's take a quick look at two different business models for an engineering firm. You may have heard the terms non-recurring expense, or NRE, and recurring expense, or RE. NRE is the type of work that is done once and only once, such as the effort required to design a new piece of hardware or develop a new piece of software. RE is the type of work that occurs over and over, such as building and testing a piece of equipment you plan to deliver to a customer. If your core business is design, your business model may be built around offering specialized NRE services at higher profit rates for activities that are not cost-effective for other companies to do in-house. If your core business is manufacturing, your business model may focus on profitable RE with much lower profit rates on NRE. It's important to note that business models need to evolve. Sometimes business models change in reaction to what the market wants. In other cases, business models change in an attempt to drive the market in a different direction. Consider how the business model for automobile dealerships has changed in the past 75 years. In the 1950s, car dealerships sold cars. You went to your local mechanic for maintenance and repairs. By the 2000s, car dealerships still sold cars, but they also performed maintenance and repair. And they required you to get that maintenance and repair from an authorized dealer as a condition of maintaining your warranty. One important point to bear in mind is that value is always determined by the buyer, never by the seller. You can insist that I should be willing to pay you $10 for a bottle of water, but if I only need to walk around the corner to find one on sale for $1, I'll probably buy it from someone else. Value is determined by the buyer. Another important point to bear in mind is that a slightly better value proposition can lead to a much larger market share. Consider the U.S. Air Force long-range strike bomber competition. The plan was to purchase 100 new bombers at a unit cost of $550 million. That's a contract value of $55 billion. The first place finisher, Northrop Grumman, gets 100% of the market share. The second place finisher, a team of Lockheed Martin and Boeing, gets nothing. Related to market share is the fact that a slightly better value proposition can lead to a much larger difference in pay. The most obvious examples are found in professional sports. This table shows the NBA rookie pay scale for 2025-2026. The first pick is offered a salary of $11.5 million, while the second pick is offered a salary of $10.3 million. Take the ratio of those two numbers. Does this mean that the first pick is an 11% better player than the second pick? No, it just means that they are perceived to be a better player, so they are paid more. Perception of value is often more important than actual value. As we've seen, understanding the value proposition of your product in the eyes of your customer is critical. An equally important factor is understanding your value proposition in the eyes of your employer. Why do they value you as an employee? If your value exceeds your pay, you may be in the market for a promotion. If your pay exceeds your value, you need to look for ways to increase your skills. That's precisely where this material will help. It will increase your worth in the eyes of your employer. You will not only understand the technical details, but also the business side, which makes you more valuable. If you'd like any more information on any of the topics we've discussed so far, please investigate the three options shown above. First, you could buy the book. Both electronic and hard copies are available, and you can order those from your favorite bookstore or most of the major online retailers. Second, you could take the 2-day professional development class. If you'd like more information on that, please drop me an email at the address shown. Finally, you could subscribe to our new YouTube channel, BM4SE. Please tune in and look for future posts in the very near future. Thank you.